Welcome to the weekly wrap only here on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Vanessa Croy. Let's get to your biggest stories of this week. At number 5 in our countdown, tennis legend Serena Williams is returning to competition. Organizers of the HSBC Championship say the 23-time Grand Slam singles champ will play in the doubles tournament at the Queen's Club in London next week. This will mark Williams' first competitive match in more than 3 years. The 44-year-old last played at the U.S. Open in 2022, where she lost in the third round. At the same time, Williams says she was evolving away from tennis, but never formally announced her retirement. And at number 4 in our countdown this week, in North Texas, the trial for a teenage athlete charged in a deadly stabbing at a track meet is set to get underway on Monday. In April of last year, Carmelo Anthony stabbed and killed Austin Metcalf at a Frisco ISD stadium. According to court documents, Anthony admitted to stabbing Metcalf, but claims he did it in self-defense. He has since been charged with murder. A gag order is in place, which means anyone connected to the case can't talk about it. The trial is expected to last 2 weeks. And at number 3 in our countdown, there's new backlash in the fight to stop the Ebola outbreak. Protests are now erupting in Kenya. Hundreds of demonstrators angry over plans to build a U.S. quarantine center to care for Americans exposed to Ebola while overseas. A court has temporarily blocked its opening, with critics saying it prioritizes American lives over local residents. The Ebola outbreak in Central Africa is growing. The World Health Organization reporting more than 1,000 suspected cases and nearly 250 deaths. Are you doing everything you can to better your health and live as long of a life as possible? In today's Healthy Essay, KENS 5's Jeremy Baker is taking a look at how you can hop on the AI health train to lengthen your years in a positive way.
You may have heard the phrase, be careful of Dr. Google when looking for health information. But now with AI, the right information is easier for the average person to find, and experts say AI should be embraced as it already is by medical professionals.
AI is going to be really helpful, as it's going to allow you to centralize all of your health data in one place. And then the AI will have that single picture of your health to make you a better steward of your own health journey.
The National Institutes of Health say AI is already being used to improve healthcare in many ways, including diagnosing and treating medical conditions, mining medical images for health problems, connecting people with care through things like chatbots or ChatGPT, and even using human data to address ethical issues. Franson says AI won't be replacing doctors.
AI is really good at radiology. It's really good at reading images. And we thought, oh, this means that it doesn't make sense to be a radiologist, that job is going to go away. And actually, there's more demand for radiologists than there's ever been.
It's also being used in something called the death clock, but the name isn't as foreboding as you might think.
It's just to be honest about the reality that we are going to die.
You plug in your physical information as well as your daily lifestyle habits and your diet to see if you should make changes to your daily life to help you prevent disease, not react to it after it happens.
How long our lives end up being is really, a lot of that is in our hands. And life is really beautiful and precious, and so we want to live as long as we can.
For more tips on using AI to better your health, we have links with this story on KENS5.com. In the studio, Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
And stay right here. The weekly wrap will be right back.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion. You see hard work. You see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
A broken vehicle fixed after 5 months of no help.
KENS 5 made it 100% better.
A busted windshield fixed after getting the runaround from a contractor.
And you guys did it. Y'all were amazing.
A much-needed tax refund this man couldn't access. Yep, fixed.
KENS 5 actually helped me out quite a lot, actually.
Have a consumer problem you can't solve? Call KENS. Weekdays at 6 on KENS 5.
Got a problem? Call KENS. They will solve the problem.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for KENS 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very, 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 very first guy hired at KENS 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that? Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the KENS family, because the KENS family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
We want to get you breaking news right now.
Here, let me show you the police activity. New insight into a deadly police shooting.
We just got an update from fire officials. We'll continue to keep you updated.
Stream extended coverage, live or on demand, right here on KENS 5 Plus.
At number 2 in our countdown this week, Northside ISD superintendent has announced he plans to retire after 27 years in education. Dr. John Kraft started his career in 1999 as a biology teacher and coach in Carroll ISD. He later served as a high school principal, then became superintendent in Hamilton ISD. He went on to lead Killeen ISD and was named superintendent of Northside in 2023. In a statement, Dr. Kraft said his career has centered on expanding student opportunities and strengthening schools. The NISD Board of Trustees will meet on June 9th to discuss plans on the search for his successor. A woman on the far west side has been trying to stay on a specific diet while recovering from cancer. But now she's been without a refrigerator for the last 2 months. When she couldn't get a warranty company to fix it, she finally called KENS 5. Reporter Andrew Moore explains what happened next.
Elaine Longfellow needs to follow a very specific diet, so when her refrigerator went out, that was a problem. She did have a warranty with the refrigerator, but the warranty company kept running into roadblocks getting it repaired. However, once KENS 5 got involved, they got it resolved the next day.
It was terminal, so I went to Houston and they saved me there.
Elaine Longfellow is winning her battle against cancer, but she still needs to be very careful what she eats.
I opened it up and it wasn't the temperature it should have been.
So when her fridge went out, she tried to get help with her Maytag protection plan right away. The company that facilitates those plans had a contractor come out within 2 weeks, and he attempted to fix it, but the fridge did not stay fixed.
And it lasted 1 day, and then I noticed water on the floor again.
Longfellow tried to get the contractor back out, but text messages show he gave her multiple reasons why he could not come back out, and then stopped responding a month ago. Longfellow continued to call the warranty company, but still could not get a solution.
She was going to try some other approach. I said, when will I hear from you again? She said, well, I don't know.
And finally, a neighbor told her to call KENS.
She said, why don't you contact the local TV stations like KENS 5?
The warranty is provided by a company called Domestic and General, but it's for Maytag appliances, which is under the Whirlpool brand. So KENS 5 just contacted all of those companies. And then, the very next day, Longfellow got a call and email saying she was getting a new fridge.
I was very happy. I was thrilled. I thought, that's more of a response than I ever got.
Domestic and General also sent KENS 5 a statement that simply said, "We have been in direct contact with Ms. Longfellow and a resolution has been agreed by both parties. We will remain in communication until the matter is completely resolved." Longfellow says she's relieved to have a solution and she's glad she called KENS 5.
KENS 5 made the difference completely.
Longfellow says she is still waiting for that new refrigerator to be delivered, but she's glad she knows what the resolution is going to be. For Call KENS, Andrew Moore, KENS 5.
And stay with us. The Weekly Wrap will be right back.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio Zone. When you look into their eyes, you see passion. You see hard work. You see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
talked to this police officers, and she told me to call KENS 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC is working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
it was shocking. Clearly, something went wrong.
Or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
Just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call KENS 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots, I have Spurs roots, I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching KENS 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
If you want a meal that will make you say,
so good!
That is fantastic.
Catch Neighborhood Eats, where we find the best local restaurants. Streaming now on KENS 5 Plus.
And Spurs fever across our city, where fans are finding their own ways to celebrate. Some are wearing their jerseys, some flying flags, and some are making their Spurs pride permanent. Our Roxy Van Ruten takes us inside a local tattoo shop where the NBA Finals are already leaving their mark.
How much do you love the Spurs? Enough to put them on your skin forever? At Twisted Tattoo, the NBA Finals have brought a new wave of customers through the door.
Here at Twisted Tattoo, one of the most highly rated tattoo shops in San Antonio. I'm with Fonzie Delgado.
Hello.
Here to talk about the Spurs making it to NBA Finals. All the hype around the Spurs right now is boosting sales.
Yes, it's definitely increased. We've seen an immense amount of traffic coming in just from San Antonio Spurs fans wanting to get something on their skin, such as their classic logo, or just coming in to consult about their next future pieces in commemoration with the Spurs doing so good and heading to the NBA Finals.
The designs range from small and simple to full custom pieces, but the most requested one, the symbol that's been part of San Antonio for decades.
I would definitely say the iconic logo. It's classic, it's timeless, and people would love to get it to represent their city by putting that logo on them.
For some fans, the tattoo is about the team and the generations who grew up with the silver and black.
Earlier, I saw a gentleman that watched the dynasty run through the whole championship, and I also saw his daughter come in that same day and get a Spurs logo tattooed on her just because she loved the memories that she spent with her dad watching the Spurs game.
And with the NBA Finals now underway, some fans are already thinking about what a championship could mean for the city.
I definitely think if the Spurs win another championship, the city of San Antonio is going to be electric. Everywhere is going to be packed. Every tattoo shop is going to be busy just because everyone is wanting to get this historic moment tattooed on them and represent their city in the best way that they can.
Well, the NBA Final tip-off is tonight, and all across San Antonio, the silver and black are already leaving their mark. Roxy Van Ruten, KENS 5.
And electric energy it is. So, number one in our countdown, of course, the Spurs making it to the NBA Finals. They're taking on the New York Knicks after winning the Western Conference Finals against the defending champs, the OKC Thunder. So, game one didn't go quite as planned. The team fell short right at the end, but it's just the start of the series. They have every opportunity to make a comeback, and we know our Spurs will. Final score 105-95. Wemby says, though, he's not worried. The Spurs have already shown they can bounce back from a Game 1 loss, just like they did against Minnesota. Game 2 is happening tomorrow at the Frost Bank Center with tip-off at 7:30, and go Spurs, go! We want to thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap on KENS 5 Plus. We'll see you next week.